So Captain America New World Order and the Thunderbolts are some of my most anticipated MCU movies. There really seems to be a lot of cool things coming out of them, and with the casting of Harrison Ford as General Ross, I think the movies are going to be something special. Throughout this video, we're going to be breaking down everything we know about the films, and also the plot leaks and rumours that are currently floating around about them. Please hit the thumbs up button if you enjoy the video, and if you subscribe, I'll love you 3000. Without the way, a huge thank you for clicking this. Now let's get into the breakdown. Now for the first part of the video, I want to talk about Harrison Ford. William Hurt has played General Ross since The Incredible Hulk, but he passed away in March 2022, leaving a big hole in the Marvel Universe. For years we've wondered when the Red Hulk will be showing up, and it seems like Ford will be the one who turns into him. In case you haven't read the Red Hulk run, it basically picks up after the events of World War Hulk, with Bruce in a secure prison located underground. Murders carried out by a Hulk-like figure start to happen, and General Ross is also seemingly killed. However, this turns out to be a life model decoy, and Red Hulk is in fact the General. Now both Captain America and the Thunderbolts movie will be closely linked to one another, with Ross becoming the president. According to Daniel RBK, the Captain America movie will follow on from the Eternals, with there being a big focus on Tiamat. Last left in the ocean, the Celestial's corpse will be excavated, and those that dig on it will apparently find adamantium. This is of course the indestructible metal that was used to coat Wolverine's skeleton, and it's one of the most sought after elements on the entire planet. We saw in Wakanda Forever how the UN were desperately trying to get vibranium, and France, bloody France, even sent a SWAT team in to try and get some of the element. Wakanda stopped this, but the rest of the world are still desperate to get their hands on whatever they can to make them the new superpower. And that's where Tiamat and the quest for adamantium comes in. According to Daniel, Ross will want to claim the adamantium so that the US can become the most dominant force in the world. This will create a new world order and allow them to sell the element or use it to control others. Now standing against the President of America will be Captain America, aka Sam Wilson. They've had run-ins in the past, with Ross being the reason that they had to go into hiding after Civil War. During Infinity War, Cap, Sam, and the rest of the group showed up at the Avengers compound, which is when Ross told Rhodey that he had to arrest them all. They all got pardons after saving the universe, but Ross seems like the kind of guy that holds onto grudges. Thus Sam will apparently form a team against him, and this will include some people that we've met in the MCU before. Firstly will be Joaquin Torres as the Falcon, and in the Falcon series we saw him taking Sam's wings. Carl Lumley will also be playing Isaiah Bradley, and he was of course introduced in the Disney Plus show as well. Now as for the villains, there are rumours that we will be getting multiple ones appearing. From D23 we know that Tim Blake Nelson will be returning as the leader, and actually have a theory about what he's going to be doing. Now the most obvious thing is that he's trying to get the adamantium himself. However, I actually think that his role won't be connected to it, and instead he'll be how Ross turns into the Red Hulk. In The Incredible Hulk he took a sample of Hulk's blood, and this also dripped on his head and started to transform him. She-Hulk saw the Intelligentsia attempting to get She-Hulk's DNA, and in the comics he was a member of them as well. Though it might not be connected, I think that the leader might have cracked how to turn people into Hulks, and that he will be the one who turns Ross into the Red One. The US government's been trying to crack the super soldier serum secret for decades, and the program Banner originally started on was about trying to replicate this. Potentially the leader's been hired by Ross to find a way to do it, or even as a way to replicate the Hulk's power. I think that Ross will then take this, and potentially the leader could end up manipulating and also controlling him. This will allow him to bring in his own new world order and also gain the adamantium. Now along with General Ross, My Time to Shine Hello has stated that Liv Tyler is also in talks to return as his daughter Betty. In the comics she ended up becoming Red She-Hulk, and this transformation was carried out by the leader. This would be a great foil for She-Hulk, even better than Todd if that's even possible. And I have a feeling they might go that route if Red Hulk is brought into the MCU as well. Now My Time to Shine also stated that Jessica Chastain's being eyed to play one of the main villains as well, and though it was theorized she could play Sin, this has apparently been debunked. It has been said that she's playing someone big, but that it's not who you think. So I think she's playing Mystique, and therefore she's not playing Mystique because it's not who I think. Using the process of elimination, the only character it can possibly be is Jean Grey. Even now, you're thinking, nah, she's not playing Jean Grey, but the fact that we all think it's not her means that it is, because it's not who we think it is. Surely, yeah? You guys have got to see that. Fuck's sake. Anyway, Captain America releases in May, and Thunderbolts is the next film to follow it, which will be released in July. For months now, we've heard that the Sentry will be in the movie, and I think it would be the ultimate power play by Marvel to hire Henry Cavill for this. Sentry is basically a Superman archetype, and there are rumours that he will eventually become the villain. So far, the lineup's made up of Yelena Belova, Bucky, Red Guardian, Ghost, US Agent, and also Taskmaster. It's also rumoured that Abomination will be in the lineup too, but they've kept it a secret to not spoil the ending of She-Hulk. Which was it really an ending? Kinda, drop the whole Todd mystery. Look, moving on. Now, Val will be the person who's formed the group, and she will also appear in Captain America New World Order in apparently a smaller role. She was trying to get the Vibranium as well, but with Adamantium now being on the table, she could be seeking after that as well. Now, according to rumours on the film, at this point Tiamat will have been transformed into the island Genosha. In case you don't know, this ties in heavily with the X-Men, and the comics had it becoming a sanctuary for mutants that was overseen by Magneto. I don't think he'll be the leader of it at this point in the MCU, but the Thunderbolts will be sent there on a quest to gain the Adamantium. Potentially the attempt to get it in Captain America failed, and thus the US has to go the more unofficial routes. The Thunderbolts are basically the MCU's answer to the Suicide Squad, and because of this the country has plausible deniability when they're sent out on jobs. Say the official mission fails, the unofficial one could be launched by Val to take the mineral under the radar. Val is the head of the CIA, and she will apparently create the Sentry to help out with the mission. However, if you know the comics, then you'll know the character is someone that can't be controlled, and he's switched sides several times. Well, I say sides, most of the time he's just a loose cannon that's pretty much on his own team, and though I wouldn't necessarily say he's out for his own best interests, he's also someone who can't really be controlled. The Sentry has complex mental health issues, and these often see him going off into an uncontrollable rage where he wreaks havoc. The major issue with Sentry is that he has never fully mastered his abilities, and thus when he unleashes them, he often loses control and destroys things that he doesn't mean to. According to the leaks, he'll apparently turn on the Thunderbolts mid-mission, and they'll have to take him out. How this is done, we don't know, as he's way more powerful than they are. There are several weapons in the MCU though that can take down a Superman level threat. You've got your overkill things like the Ultimate Nullifier, or they could just build a weakness into the Sentry. The comics have his main one being antimatter, and due to him being able to control molecules, this has a big effect on him. This isn't the only weakness either, and due to his mental health issues, he's very vulnerable to psychic attacks. Potentially, one of the mutants on Genosha triggered him, though that is delving way too far off in a theory time. Now that's all rumours, plot leaks, and general things that we've heard about the movie. It's still a while off, and all this is subject to change, so take it with a pinch of salt, but I'll of course keep you updated if anything changes or if we hear anything else. Now in the meantime, I'd love to hear your thoughts on the movie, and if you want to support the channel, then check out the link to our clothing store in the description below. We've got a great Ant-Man Size Matters t-shirt link there, a See Your Chumps one, and also a Theory Time one if it's not done your head in, which I apologise if it has. Either way, I'm gonna be nice to you, and if you drop a comment below, you'll be entered into a competition where we're giving away Dawn of the Dead and Black Adam to 3 subscribers on the 15th of January. All you have to do to be on the chance of winning is like the video, make sure you subscribe with notifications on, and drop a comment below with your thoughts on the leaks. We pick the comments at random on the 15th, and the winners of the last one are on the screen right now, so if that's you, then message me on Twitter at HeavySpoilers. If you want something else to watch, then make sure you check out one of our breakdowns linked on screen right now. We're doing loads at the moment, bloody loads, and yeah, go check them out right after this. If not, well thanks for sitting through the video, I appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, peace. I don't know why I'm so out of breath, but I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.